tried to turn it. It won't let me. Okay. Welcome to this free meditation training. I'm so excited to dive deep with you for about the next 45 minutes. So if you're joining on the replay, hashtag replay on the comments and let me know that you're joining. Hello, Tanya. Take a moment to set up your space. I'm going to light some incense. And if you're joining live, say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from. This is going to be about a 45-minute training. So I really encourage you, if you intend on joining, to really set aside this time and get focused, put away distraction, and commit to being present here, committing to showing up. And hopefully I will be able to see the comments. And as we just hang out for a few moments, waiting for a couple more people to join, I'm going to light this incense with a prayer that this transmission serve this your lifetime of service deeply, that this transmission bring timeless universal codes as well as practical modern application to navigating this challenging life and this beautiful life in this lifetime. Calling forth our guides and angels, our higher selves, to be here with us, and that everyone who's meant to receive this transmission, everyone whose higher self is a yes for this transmission, will be here, will join us, will feel the calling live or on the replay. And a big thank you to all of my teachers who have passed down this mystery education to me. Big honor of them, and all the teachers whose shoulders we stand on. That they're with us, they're here with us, and we're growing this movement of awakening, of consciousness, of taking responsibility for ourselves in this lifetime, for being cycle breakers of generations of wounding and trauma, that we may realize and remember that we don't need to suffer in this life, and that pain and pleasure are all a part of it. Amen. So it is. Okay, so as any good meditation training would begin, let's go ahead and start with a little grounding and centering. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable, placing hands on your body wherever that feels good. And we're just going to slow down. We're going to take these first few moments to really slow down. Take nice deep breaths. Anything that you don't want to focus on right now, anything that's not in your interest, you can release it. You can let it expand outward of your space. And allow yourself to soften into your own heart. Taking a few nice deep breaths. Softening. Opening the heart, softening the mind. Softening the hips and the belly and the womb. Softening your legs and your feet. Let's take a nice big breath in through the nose, filling up your lungs. And out through the mouth, letting go of anything that's no longer yours, anything that's no longer needed. Big breath in, bringing more of yourself into this present moment. Exhaling the week, the day so far, your plans for the rest of the day, letting them go as you arrive even more into this present moment. Big breath in, expanding even deeper your presence here and now. Exhale. We're going to inhale full lungs as much as you can. Pull the air in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Hold it, sip it in, hold your breath. Feel the bigness, feel your expansion, feel your power. The power of your I am. The power that's available to you in this moment from within. And exhale, dropping in, grounding your energy down, feeling the power in the earth, the power in your home on earth. Again, breathe in, fill up your lungs, filling, 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 filling. Hold it, sip it in. Feeling your power, your presence, your expansion, your light going up and out, up and out, up and out. And exhaling, letting go. Grounding your energy down to the earth. One more time, bring it in. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold it, sip it in. Expand your energy. Lift your light up from the earth through your heart to your third eye, to your crown, and extend upward to the heavens. And exhale, grounding. And as you breathe, returning to your normal breath, allow yourself to connect to something greater than you. The life force that moves through you, that originates somewhere else. The life force that moves through you, that is that same life force that lights up every beating heart. That same life force that moves through you, that illuminates all life. And even the stars are alive. Even the empty space in the cosmos is not empty. It pulses with the same life force that flows through you. And take another breath to soften in and connect to that force that is greater. And finding your inner smile, the great mystery, the great cosmic energy that you are a hologram of, that you are a microcosm of the macro. Through your meditation, through your softening, through your stillness and listening, you have access to all the blueprint of the cosmos. Yoga says that if we focus for long enough on something, we understand the entire history of that thing. All of its secrets are revealed to us. If enough time, enough focus is spent on that thing. And through the meditation practice, we also learn how to collapse time. We learn that as we develop our ability to focus, we develop our energy's ability to stay present and aligned with what is in front of us, we begin to collapse time. More can happen in a smaller period of time. So it is so powerful and important to learn how to harness and focus our energy so that our specific energy, that your unique energetic makeup can be used in its greatest efficiency, can be used in its greatest power. And that's what meditation is. Meditation is the practice and the process of harnessing your life force energy so that it can be used for its highest purpose, for its greatest efficiency and power. Meditation is also used to connect to the infinite, to give us a gateway to what is beyond even our understanding of our mind, right? And this is what makes it actually really fun, is it's a gateway to the mystery. It's a gateway to the cosmos. Okay, so when you're ready, opening your eyes, and if you want to take notes of this, or you can also watch the replay and take notes and let the live session or let your first time viewing this be a time to just take it in, to just be present. I love practicing that, right? Our doing mind, our like logical thinking mind wants to take notes so we can remember. And that's really great if it's right for you right now. But sometimes it's also really good to just be in the present, to be just absorbing and allow yourself to take it in, trusting that whatever you allow in as you breathe, as you be present, then it will be of use to you. It will be as useful to you as it needs to be. Okay, so different reasons why we come to meditation. So I just shared a couple like droplets, and I want to invite you for a moment to ask yourself, what draws you to meditation? Why do you want to use meditation for your own self, for your life, for your evolution, for your maturity, for your purpose? And why would you want to share this with your clients? Why would you want to share guiding meditation with your clients? And this is where you're going to use your pen and paper and take a few moments to journal this question. Why? Why do you want to share meditation? Why do you want to use this tool in your life and in your client sessions? What is your why? And even if you've thought about this before, it's really powerful to continue to visit it. You know, in my practice, I visit my why every single day. And it changes, it evolves. It's not the same every day. There are those underlying currents, like the underlying prayer that is the most powerful and does become timeless. But connecting and rekindling that why, recognizing that you are a living being, that you change and evolve and grow every day. Your mind changes and evolves and grows every day, and that is okay. That's part of it, right? That's part of living. So what is your why as you wake up fresh every day? What is your why right now? And if you want to share it with me in the comments, I'd love to tune in to your why and hold you in that. And the more comments there are, the more we can weave together these teachings, right? Because this is a teaching that's moving through me, that has come through my teachers, it has come through the books that I've read, the teachings that I've tuned into. And so as this is a tapestry of meditation, of teachings, of practices, okay? And there's no one right way. And this is something that's happening. The guru age is over, and it's time for your specific techniques. It's time for your teachings. And it's like the old way, and some people are still doing this and it really serves them, and it's amazing and brings them forward into their next evolution, right? So there used to be a bigger tradition of doing the same thing every day and following one specific path, one specific teacher. And what I'm seeing is that as more beings begin to awaken to their own unique soul purpose, their own unique power, their deep dharma in this lifetime, they're realizing that there might be something even more rich and beautiful in exploration and changing it up, and discovering differences and desire and trusting more deeply our own desire and our own like gut and heart, rather than kind of trusting a regiment plan. So if that resonates with you, comment like a fire or something, because this for me feels so much more exciting. And I love, even though I have my yoga and my meditation practice that I do daily and regularly, I love just getting some fresh inspiration and listening into my gut. Okay, what turns me on? What lights me up? My job is, instead of being need to wake up and do something, okay, tomorrow I need to wake up and do yoga. Okay, yeah, but like, what if I could rephrase that and say, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and be turned on by my practice. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and be lit up and ask myself, what do I want today? What do I need right now? Right? Sometimes we can find ourselves fighting, like, okay, I need to wake up and do yoga, but like, I don't feel like it, so I'm going to force myself and I'm going to make myself. And in the beginning, we do need that. There's that difficulty in the beginning when anyone is building up a practice or you're building up a new way of being. We need that discipline to move past the difficulty of the beginning. Once we get past that, we can trust ourselves. We build trust in ourselves that what we said we're going to do, we do it. We build the trust in ourselves that we can then trust that we're going to wake up and do our practice because we know that that's what feels great. We know that that's what helps us have an amazing day. We know that's what helps us be of better service to others, to feel good in our body, to feel relaxed, to feel at peace with this life, right? This is our job, to develop practices that help us feel at peace with life. And once we build those practices and we get through that kind of discipline, we want to maintain the discipline, but with the texture of, what do I want? What do I need? What would be the most nourishing for me this morning, today, right now? What would allow me to be more in my softness, to be more in my presence, to be more in my beingness? Okay? So as we come with that, I'm going to now share with you lots of different styles and the teachings and the pioneers of meditation in this day, in this age that's kind of alive in the collective. And through this, I hope to turn on your desire to research or to practice the things that you know in these different, or to light up different parts of your brain and realize all of the tools that you have at your fingertips with our technology, with this day and age. And I will also, during this, give some recommendations of teachers that I love, that I follow, of apps that I love, of YouTube channels as well, that I really work with on the daily. Okay, so a few pioneers that are really, alive in my energy. Joe Dispenza. So his approach to meditation is about rewiring the brain. It's about making different chemicals and emotions alive inside of you. So his teaching is around the fact that you have regular firings of neurons in your brain which are creating your reality and are creating emotions, thoughts, feelings, conversations that you have. And his teaching is to bring coherence, to use the meditation practice to align how you want to be with how you actually are, and rewiring your brain. So he gets very scientific on how to use meditation to rewire the brain. The book that I recommend from him, which I will add my recommendations into the comments so that you'll have them all here, is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I've read a bunch of his books, and that one for me was the most powerful, the most practical, and helped inspire me to build up a solid and transformational meditation practice. So Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, super powerful. And he talks about, creating your reality through meditation by changing the brain waves and by tapping into deeper layers of your subconscious transforming your subconscious to then transform your conscious mind. Okay? So his teachings form one of the fundamentals for my teachings, or kind of resonate with the fundamentals of my teachings, is that, and this goes with hypnosis as well, that we need to get into a deeper level of our brainwave state in order to be open for meditation, in order to be open for transformation. We need to move from the beta brainwave state into the alpha brainwave state. And this is true as well for coaching, for healing, for yoga practice, for any transformational container that you'll be holding for your clients, that you are holding for your clients. It's important to get them into a deeper level of the brainwave state. So this is why I love to open my sessions with meditation. And this is also why it's really important to build rapport and build trust with your clients. Because then when they're in your presence, they can relax. They can let go. They can get out of the thinking and analyzing brain and more deeper into the body. Okay? So as you allow yourself to relax into this present moment, as your client can relax into this present moment, they're going to be more open to change the deeper underlying core beliefs and core neurological pathways. Okay, so we need, from Joe Dispenza, we take the technique of induction, and he took it from a hypnosis and ancient techniques, right? You guys, this is all very, very ancient, even though we have these pioneer teachers that are bringing it mainstream in this day and age. All of this comes from tribal and, ancient forest schools, okay? So, all right, so we go from Joe Dispenza. So he's more of the change your brain, change your thoughts to change your life, and get into those deeper brain waves to transform your nervous system and then create the life you want to live. So then you have people like Richard Rudd, who's the author of the Gene Keys. You have Eckhart Tolle, and the author of Michael, what's his name? The author of The Untethered Soul. Michael, you probably know what it is. I'll write it in the show notes. These are more of the be here now people, right? That's Eckhart Tolle, Be Here Now. Michael, the Untethered Soul. Richard Rudd, teaching softness, teaching presence. And the teaching there is more simple than what Joe Dispenza is bringing, in the sense that as we soften into our being, as we allow ourselves to find presence with this moment, but deep presence, not like, oh yeah, I'm being and now I'm going to watch YouTube, or oh yeah, I'm being and now I'm going to bite my nails or fiddle with my hair and stuff like that, but really deeply being and finding a deep level of presence. That from that place, if we can cultivate that baseline, we first of all build a peaceful life. We become more at peace with what is. And second of all, the natural, spontaneous passion of creation arises. Okay? So as we're able to get into that more peaceful state, we can discover truly, what do I desire? What do I want to create? What do I want to do in this moment? Okay? Then we have people like Osho, these kind of moving energy meditations. Osho is a challenger of thought. He'll really meditate with the thoughts, let the thoughts arise and then challenge them, and use the body to meditate. So he was one of the pioneers of embodiment meditation, of allowing yourself to feel your anger and then express it. Feel your sadness and really express it and be with it. And one of his famous lines that I love is, the more crazy you allow yourself to be, the less crazy you are. The more you get really allowing your emotions, not holding them back, allowing what you think and what you feel to be present, but maybe not necessarily with other people, to just feel it with yourself, to feel that anger, to let it out. then we can find and drop into the deep peace of our being. Okay, so this is the moving energy, the Osho style, and the challenger, the like, okay, there's a duality, there's a paradox to every single belief that we have, right? So he's the one who's going to challenge it. And that's Confucius as well, because in the Confucius kind of perspective, everything is a paradox. And the Confucius approach is to take a belief and then challenge it with an opposite belief, or take a sentence that literally makes no sense. And what that does is obliterate the mind for just that fraction of a second. And that mental obliteration for that fraction of a second can break addictions, can break thought patterns, and can open you up to realize and witness more of the truth of the reality that is present right now. And that's much more than the mind. So it's all pointing to the deeper dimensions, the deeper layers, the deeper realms of our existence. Okay, then we have yoga, the yogic approach to meditation. And the yogic approach to meditation is to discover the realms of existence that are beyond the temporary. So it's to go into the eternal. And this is my lineage. Yoga is my lineage, and it is a lineage of discovering the eternal beyond the temporary. And when we can discover the eternal beyond the temporary, we're less attached to what happens in this reality. And from that place of being less attached, we can access the cosmic blueprint. We can access our infinite channel of creativity and wisdom. Okay? And according to yoga, meditation is something that happens spontaneously. It's actually not a practice that we do. All the practices before meditation lead up to meditation, but meditation is something that happens spontaneously. And the definition of meditation, according to yoga, is when the seer and the seen become one, when the subject and the object become one, right? You're so focused on something, you're so present with what is, that you become one with it. So one of the practices of yoga is having a candle and focusing on that candle light so deeply that you become the candle itself. You become the flame. It awakens your own internal flame. And then you don't see yourself outside of that flame. You see yourself as that flame. This practice is so powerful when that kind of switch happens, when you become the object. You open yourself up to seeing your oneness with all things. And you see that the phenomenon living outside of you, occurring outside of you, are a part of you, are an archetype or a section of your reality. So this is so beautiful, because as we do that practice and we really give ourselves and immerse ourselves into a practice of concentration, of contemplation, we can discover a lot of teachings and metaphors, so that when you practice contemplation, you can start building metaphors for your clients, for your teachings. So you look at a tree and you stare at a tree, and the mystery of the tree starts to reveal itself to you, and you see yourself as a mirror to the tree, and the tree as a mirror to yourself. You start to learn more things about you, and then you start to learn more things about the timeless truths of this reality. Okay, so that's yoga. Then we have kind of the more feminine approaches, like the embodiment practices that are coming online these days. And so people like Louise Hay was a pioneer. Louise Hay was a pioneer of embodiment, and in the sense of the body holding our emotional baggage, and that as we look at our pains and our discomforts and our diseases in the body, we can begin to uncover secrets about ourselves and then align ourselves to our health and well-being. So I would say that Louise Hay was like the OG embodiment meditation, because Osho was even further than that, but kind of like the feminine approach, because she was a pioneer to bring to the mainstream the fact that our diseases are emotional based, that our diseases aren't just physical, that they go in. And as we allow ourselves to face our pain, that we're not running away from our pain, but we're actually facing the pain, then we can heal. Okay? And that's, oh my God, you guys, like everything here is a mind explosion. And I just want you to know that, like, I'm giving you a little taster in all of these different things, all these different areas. And this is what we're going to dive into and beyond, which is my upcoming course. And we have a meditation section of this course, which gives you a 30-hour certificate in meditation and a coaching certification of 30 hours of coaching. So it's holding space for change for others and for yourself, and the iceberg. But all of these topics that we're covering here too in beyond the meditation training. And I'm really excited for it because, yeah, just all of these things make my mind explode in all the different directions, and I love it so much. So embodiment, Louise Hay, the body keeps, like, also an amazing book that I recommend. And Byron Katie is also another one where she was a pioneer of something called the work, which we dive into in all my courses, and in the sense of our relationships say a lot about ourselves. So we can meditate and use our relationships as points of contemplation, of meditation, and actually embody our learnings in our relationships, using our relationships as a testing ground for our meditation practice. And we have Danielle Laporte. She is a person that is like so deep in my heart, and her teachings have resonated through my work throughout the last, 8 years. In how do you want to feel, and that your emotions are your goals. It's not about achieving a certain thing. Okay, and this is big, right? It's not about achieving your goals. It's about wait, is my internet is like, okay, I think I'm back. It's not about what you want to achieve. It's about how you feel when you achieve that. So her practices are meditating on emotions, meditating on releasing certain emotions to then make space for what you want to feel. Okay, so if you're feeling angry and you're feeling frustrated, meditate with that. Do practices and embodiments to release it. Pound the pillow, scream, sing it out, yell it out, act it out, dance it out, so that then you can make space and open your channel for something new to come through, for your intention, for how it is that you want to be feeling. Okay? And yeah, this is all of these women, these pioneer women in meditation have been around, heal, connect, and embody. Heal, connect, and embody. Okay? Then I just want to touch on one more, and that's more of the galactic approach, the hypnosis and connecting to your spirit guides, connecting to your galactic origins, your star seed, your the sacred mission that we have in this lifetime, and your soul family and your spirit family helping you, guiding you, supporting you, being friends with you while you're here on this journey. So people like Kaya Ra and the Sophia Code, she's like a big pioneer in bringing this ascended master wisdom. Also, we have Dolores Cannon with her work around the new wave of pioneers of the new wave of healers on this earth. And we have Barbara Marciniak, who you might have heard of, who did a lot of work around the Pleiadians and like the new earth according to the Pleiadians, and she was like back in the 80s, right? So these are more of that hypnosis meditation, and connecting to your guides and soul family. So that's also something that we talk about in the Beyond course, and I'm introducing all of the different realms of beings that we connect to, such as the elementals, the gods and goddesses, the ascended masters, that your higher self, all kinds of beautiful angels and different groups of beings that are here to help us. And it's so incredible to realize that we are not alone, that we're not alone. And the meditation practice helps you connect to that deep knowing that you are not alone here on this planet, that you have, even when you don't have people around you that understand you, you have so many higher dimensional beings that see you, that love you, and that are here to guide you and protect you and teach you. Okay. Okay. So my internet is bad, isn't it? Do I keep reconnecting and connecting? I hope that you can hear me and that it's all good. So the Yoga Sutras is my Bible, basically, my book that I always return back to. And even though there's all these different teaching, there's all these amazing teachers, there's all this amazing knowledge that we can tune into, I highly recommend that you connect to a certain text that is your like soul home text, that is timeless for you, that you can come back to and receive more and more and more teachings, that you could put this book down for a year and come back to it later and be like, oh yeah, this is like the baseline of everything else. Because, you know, in the end of the day, we can talk about this stuff all day, but it really comes down to the work that you do with it and that baseline frequency that you develop. And when there's a good text, you can come back to it thousands and thousands and millions of times, and it will bring something new to you. And when there's a good text, you know that it's also pointless. And the author of the text also knows that it's pointless, because it's all an unfolding of mystery, and it's all going to happen in its own timing anyway. Is what makes you also a great guide and a great coach. Having that unattached heart, that you're not here to do something for someone, you know? You're not here to like transform someone's life, okay? And it kind of goes against even the title of this video. You're not here to transform someone's life, okay? You're here to hold space. You're here to bring yourself, to bring an intention, and to witness the unfolding. The best coaches and the best leaders and the best teachers are the ones that really witness their clients, that really connect to the aliveness of the being, that don't come with an agenda to change someone's life, right? We have the belief that we can change someone's life. We have the belief that the work that we've done and the energy that we bring can change someone's life. But we're not attached to that agenda. Rather, we're embodying our own change and inviting people into our spaces so that we can guide and give them a moment to surrender and allow and trust, and so that they can then find that place within themselves that trusts, that allows, that surrenders. So in your client sessions and in your holding space for meditation, for change, it's your job to help them connect to themselves. And the reason that I use meditation mostly in my sessions is because I want to help my clients connect to their own power of transformation. I want to help them connect to their soul home that is beyond this temporary reality and that is in the eternal, so that they know that they have a space to turn to within their own body, within their own mind, within their own imagination, within their own being, to process any problems or emotions that arise. So it's a teaching in action of being present with what is. It's a teaching in action to listen to what is and then take appropriate action with what is. So that appropriate action is usually first just listening, just allowing. During the process of contemplation, for the first few minutes, the mind is going to be like, oh, what are we doing? I'm not comfortable. It's not good. It's not right. Something's wrong. I have all these things to-do lists, problems, people you need to talk to, situations you need to solve, right? And that first 5 minutes of meditation is just listening and just giving the mind that space to flail around. Okay? And when the mind can just flail around for a few moments and we just hold space for it, we just listen. Like, okay, what else? What else do you want to say? What more do you have here? Then the mind begins to slow down. It begins to get bored. It begins to let go of that hamster wheel turning. It's kind of like a child, when you're witnessing a child and you're sitting next to a child and they're having their tantrum, and you just let them have their tantrum. Eventually it will be over. Eventually they'll have a chance to move through it. But if you try to stop it, if you try to fix it before it has a chance to play itself out, then what happens? It's going to arise again. It's going to keep on holding. So it's so important to allow ourselves, our children, our partners to just play out the tantrum and just witness them from this loving, unattached place. And this is what the practice of meditation gives. When you are embodied in your meditation practice, which really the only reason you should be teaching meditation is if you're embodied in your meditation practice. Okay? And when you have practice watching the mind do its tantrums and see what happens after that. What happens once the mind has moved through the tantrums? And what I've observed is that it goes deeper. The mind drops and expands like a drop of rain into the ocean. It drops and it hits the ocean and expands outward and ripples. And then we're at the surface and we're on the ripples and we're expanding. And then it starts to dissipate a little bit more and we start to sink down and go deeper, and we become the ocean and we become the tides going in and coming out, and we feel the allness as a part of us. And then a certain pain might arise, a certain sensation or thought might drop into the ocean again. It's like, oh, the whole ocean is there to look at it, to observe it, to feel it, to allow it, to give space for it. And once that process is initiated, each one of those drops that comes in, those pains that arise, are like a new teaching, a new understanding, and a new healing that we can go through. It might be painful, it might be uncomfortable, but inside of it lies a teaching and a healing. And I believe that we are going through a universal ascension in our DNA, a universal healing, an upgrade in our DNA. And so every time we allow ourselves to do that, every time we let the mind play out, we become the ocean, we let drops fall into the ocean again, and we hold space for them, witness them, observe them. It's our DNA getting upgraded. But it takes time, it takes attention, it takes intention to listen and be. And this is meditation. All meditation is the intention and attention to listen and be. And all will unfold from there. Okay. So the there's so much here, and I hope that this was insightful for you and that it gave you some food for thought and some inspiration to go deeper. For me in my meditation practice, I love to practice yoga first or to do some kind of movement. When you're teaching meditation, it's really good to practice that induction. So not just to jump into a visualization like become the drop of the ocean, or let's meet your guides, or let's, call in the angels. Like even before that, to do the induction practice, which has to do with some movement or some breath. Connecting into the thread of the breath, connecting into the movement so we can get out of the mind and into the body. Okay? So when you're teaching, whether you're recording it or you're teaching it in person or live or in a group, I would instruct you, I would advise you to get them into a centered state first. So whether it's shaking, it's breath work, some kind of movement of the energy. And then you can feel when people have landed even deeper. When there's this sense in the air that things are settled a little bit more, that's when you've gone from the high beta to maybe the low beta brainwave state or to the alpha brainwave state. And that's when you're going to have a much higher ability to bring your clients into your vision, to bring your people, your students into, your teachings. So doing that induction and then using your voice to guide them with your intention and staying present and focused on you, on your nervous system, on your state, and then from that central channel, sending it outward. Okay? And then at the end, closing them off, bringing them back to the body. So to realize and understand that you've in a way sent them into an experience, that's multidimensional, that's beyond this physical reality. And so now you need to bring them back to this physical reality. So helping them by maybe saying the day, okay, it's Friday, like welcome back to Friday, to your home, to your body. Maybe you instruct them to like give themselves a massage so they can really just feel present here now. Maybe they make some movements, some stretches. Maybe you invite them to take a sip of water, which is also very grounding. Allowing them to come back, recognizing and honoring that you've just sent them into a deeper state, into their subconscious, and now they need to come back to the conscious. Okay. So to understand more about the secrets of the universe is the point of meditation. To become more of a part of the universe. And when we are established in that place of being connected to the deeper underlying fabric of existence, when we can identify ourselves as much, much bigger beyond this physical body, beyond the temporary illusion of the Maya of this reality, we can start identifying ourselves as eternal beings, as connected to the whole, as part of the oneness of all time, space, reality. That past, present, and future are illusions, and that everything exists in this now moment, and that you are much, much, much bigger than what your conscious mind thinks that you are. And when we get established in that place, we become unstoppable. We become immortal in a way. Because yes, we know this body dies, but we're no longer that afraid of death, because we understand that we are much, much more than this current body. And we realize that death is simply a transition. And that life is actually full of transitions. And life is transition. That's what it is. And when we're established in that, it's like we have no reason not to go for our dreams. It's like it doesn't matter that much what happens here. So we're free to follow our joy and our bliss. And I believe that this is the way out of the hamster wheel, of the rat race, of this reality. This is the way out of the corporate ladder, or, the destruction of our planet, of our environment, of our ecosystem, of our species, like the many species on our planet. The way out of it is through the heart, is through trusting that we are much more than this lifetime, so we don't need to buy into rules and other people's opinions about us. We can actually begin to free ourselves from the constructs that we've been fed in this lifetime. We go beyond the constructs, so then we can create the reality that we're here to live. We can adapt the beliefs that are actually true and that we would like to be a part of. So we start to break free from the limitations of our own mind and of the collective mind. We start to break free from the stress of this existence, and we start to go deeper. And this is the essence of Beyond. This is the essence of the course that I'm offering, the mastermind, the women's program, to elevate us, to move beyond the perceived limitations and into who you truly are. And each one of us has a unique thread, a unique perspective and gift to give to this reality. And so once we're able to move beyond the limitations and the constructs, we can actually understand and embody and live a lifestyle that supports that unique thread that you are. And allow yourself to be the teacher, the guide, the way shower for others, because you have gone through your own mystery school yourself. You go through that process of deepening into who you truly are, so that you can invite then others to deepen into who they truly are through your gifts, your presence, your soul's purpose. So if you're interested in this work and you want to dive deeper, I will pop a link to below with all the resources that I'm going to share with you, also to the Beyond course and mastermind, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. There's 3 women in it already, and I feel that there's space for 2 more, that there's meant to be 5 women in this beautiful little cohort, this beautiful group of expanding our soul's purpose, of expanding our mission, and being supported in the bigness of who you truly are. It's like so many of us are afraid to express who we truly are because we're afraid of not fitting in, or others being jealous of us, or others putting us down, or not believing us, or isolating. And this is a space where you get to claim the bigness of what you are. You get to claim your inner master, your inner guru, your inner guide, and show up as her. And practice showing up as her for yourself as well, right? And so that any emotion that comes up, any problem that arises in your life, you get to turn to your inner master, and you get to work with that problem, and your inner master knows that this problem, perceived challenge in your life, is actually a gift, that underneath it lies some of your greatest teachings. And so it's your job to work with every challenge that arises and uncover the teachings there. And that's also how we become regenerative, that our cells regenerate, because they're not holding on to all those challenges as like weights, right? That this looking at challenges and transmuting them is not only a process to uncover your own teachings and to heal yourself as you go, but to actually regenerate yourself. All right. That is enough for today. It's been almost an hour, and I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings, and I'm so excited for your path, and I hope this was really supportive for you. And if you want to be supported on such a deep level to go beyond what you think you can do into the limitless potential of your soul, come join us. We start next Sunday, the 16th of July. It's a 6-month program, and it's going to be seriously life-changing for everyone in it. I love you so much. Bye.